Hello and welcome to this guide on weaving a scarf with a combination of waffle and twill block patterns, and I will take you through the steps of setting up a loom. It's an 8-shaft loom. I'm here in my studio in Norwich in the UK, and I'll be weaving this scarf with a selection of the Gist Yarn Array wools. I've got a selection of colours. I've got the tangerine orange, I've got a flamingo shade, the sapphire shade, the natural colour and olive colour. So I'll go through all the steps with you on how to set up the loom and weave the scarf. So now we've got the warp, we can start setting up the loom. So now I've got this bit of string, and I'll just wrap it between each bit. and then go back the other way. And then just fix it with a knot. Okay, that's all in place now. Now we can take this string off. Now start winding on your warp. So that's as far as I'm going to wind on my warp. Now we can take this off. Now I'm going to just tie some ties. So my loom has 16 shafts and it's a Harris table loom, and for this pattern I'm just going to use 8 of the shafts on it. So I'm going to be splitting the warp up into sections to get different patterns for each section of the warp. For example, here you can see that there's waffle, and then there's just a plain weave, and then there's waffle and plain weave, and then waffle. So we're going to split up this warp into sections. So each section will either be on shafts 1 to 4 or 4 to 8. And then I'll show you how that would look when you weave it. So I'm going to split up the sections of the pattern. I'm going to have one block with these colours in, and then one block just here, and then I'm going to do one block here and one last block here. So if you wanted to change it, you could do them any kind of width and as many sections as you like. I'm going to have 4, and then we'll set it up so that this section here will be on shafts 1 to 4, this one will be on shafts 4 to 8, this one on shafts 1 to 4, this one on shafts 4 to 8. So that's all of them now up to shaft 8. And if I do need any more, I can just take this off and move some along from this side. So we're going to do a point draft. So we're doing shafts 1 to 4. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. So we're going to start with this section here. and thread these onto shafts 1, 2, 3, 4 in a point draft. I'm just taking this first section, I'm just going to put it here and then start setting it up. So for this section I'm only doing shafts 1 to 4, so it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1 in a point draft. Doing this as a point draft means that you can get a waffle pattern. So that's shafts 1, 2, 3, 4, and now this will be shaft 3. So that's section 1 all threaded up on shafts 1 to 4. Now I'm going to move on to the second section on shafts 5 to 8 in a point draft again like the last time. So this is shaft 5. Six, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, and then go again, number 6, and so on. So again, this section is going to be on shafts 1 to 4, just like the first one. Start with shaft 1. Two, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, then back to 2, okay, this is the last section now, and it's going to be on shafts 5 to 8 again. Okay, so I'm just going to start this off with some plain weave. So here's the start, just a simple plain weave of pink and white. And before I continue weaving, I'm just going to hem stitch the edge. I'm going to go under 3 of my warp threads and then up 2 of my weft threads, and I'll come out here. Okay, I've finished my hem stitch. Now I'm going to start with some waffle pattern. So all you need to do is choose shaft 1 and shaft 5. And then next it's 2 and 6. Then shafts 1, 3, 5 and 7. And then shafts 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. And then 1, 3, 5 and 7. And then 2 and 6. And then 1 and 5. So there's the first waffle. It's along the whole length. So I'm going to continue this repeat and add in some different colours. Okay, you can see my first pattern, and now I'm going to do a warp facing twill. You want to put all of your shafts down and then have just number 1 and number 5 up. Now we're going to do some block pattern. We're going to do waffle pattern on shafts 1 to 4 and just a plain weave on shafts 5 to 8. So I'm just raising shaft 1 and then shafts 5 and 7. Then I'm carrying on with the waffle pattern here and the plain weave here. So I've lifted shaft 2 for this bit and then shafts 6 and 8 for this bit. So I've finished that repeat and I added in some blue. And next I'm going to do orange, and I'm going to do the waffle pattern on this section, and then I'm going to do a twill pattern on this section here. So I've just got shaft 5 up, which makes this section, and I've got shafts 3, 2 and 4, and that's for this section. So I'm now going to weave the next repeat and show you what it looks like. I'm just going to change the pattern for this pink and do a weft facing twill in this section, and continue with the waffle pattern in this section. You can see the waffle pattern in this section, the various twill patterns here. So now I'm going to do some more white and change it so the waffle's here and the twill patterns here. And you achieve this just simply by changing from this group of shafts to this group of shafts, because this section is tied on to shafts 1 to 4 and this section is tied on to shafts 5 to 8, 1 to 4 and 5 to 8. So you just change the pattern on those groups of shafts to whatever you want on each section. So you could have plain weave here, waffle, or you could just do them both the same so it comes out in both the same pattern throughout the whole thing. And you can just mix and match and change the colours